Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Acknowledge us.
Yo, what it is, Wrestling with the Bros, coming to you semi-live. I don't know what a recording is. Is it live? It's live at that day. So
Live
it's live.
recording.
Yeah, it's live and recorded. Recorded live. Yeah, that's what we'll
sense.
go with. Yeah, so I'm Antoine. That's James. Obviously conspicuous by his absence. He had to do some house renovating. So shout out to Chris and our executive producer, Smitty, on the ones and twos. James, how you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, just a rainy day up here in the northeastern part of the states.
It's raining up there.
Yeah, it's raining up there right now. Nice and peaceful. We haven't had rain in a little while. Cooled down a little bit. Unseasonably warm. It's about like 82 recently. So hopefully the cold front comes in.
Still play basketball. Okay. Remember those days up there? Used to love spring. Get them 60-degree days and them 30-degree nights.
Yeah, no, those are the worst. I remember getting them in like February. I remember one time. I think now it was actually this past year in March. I remember the first day of March was nice. It was like 70 degrees out in the day, and it was real nice. And then the sun went down and went right down to about 25. So it was a nice temperature dip. I remember walking outside in shorts about 70, and then 5 o'clock came and it was 40 degrees. I said, "Whoa, it's cool."
Yeah, not that I loved him, but I miss him. I'm not gonna lie. Living down here, it's only two temperatures, hot and kind of hot. So it's kind of missing those seasons.
We're one of the only places in the country that still has the 4 seasons.
Yeah, well, the Northeast in general, I mean, nobody else really has seasons. Maybe if you get far as like DC, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Past DC and the North Carolinas, so maybe North Carolina gets a little cold. Even South Carolina gets a little cold during certain months. Yeah.
Even like when my cousin lives in Alabama, sometimes they get like 20-degree weather in the morning.
Yeah, but down here in the South, but we get like 2 weeks of it being quote unquote cold, and the cold is like 45 degrees.
That's a breeze in the park for me.
Exactly, it is. People get thin blood down here, so 40 degrees is 20 below. So yeah, they break out the Timbs and the bubbles and all of that. So yeah,
I'm walking around in shorts in 20-degree weather. I don't care. I'm used to it by now.
I used to do that for like the first 5 years of me living down here, and then that blood thinning is serious. Like it just makes you cold, bro. Like I be in my house. I keep my house like 73. And at night it drops a little lower, bro. I'd be cold, bro. Like sweater, hoodie. Like when I wear my hoodie on the show, it's because I'm cold. that's cold. But okay, let's get on with that. We're not going to get into a Prince debate like we did last week. We're gonna start off with straight up, man. What was your thoughts on WrestlePalooza this weekend? What is your take?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed. Triple H promised a show full of surprises, and we really didn't get much. I felt like it was very generic, kind of run-of-the-mill kind of show. The best match of the night by far was Stephanie and Io, which we all kind of expected in a way, right? But I feel as if for ESPN's first show to have WWE, I feel like they kind of had like just like an average like Monday Night Raw episode, right? Nothing exciting. Like, yeah, the return of Brock Lesnar, first time back, time wrestling in the match, and all those things. But it just felt like it just kind of let the era of the ESPN thing kind of just started with a dud. It didn't really land too much, I don't think. It felt very generic and felt very like conservative-ish, in a sense of like they played it safe. and there was really no big changes. I remember last week, me and you were talking about it that we thought Drew was going to win and
Mhm.
Cody was going to lose, and
Right.
we were pretty sold on it, and then it just didn't work out that way. And I
Even
wonder,
they made it the main event. I'm like, oh, of
yeah,
course,
they made
of
it the main,
course.
they made it the main event. I also do wonder how much ESPN played a part in that too. If ESPN was like, yeah, no, we need Cody to win. I wonder if maybe they had some kind of input on it, maybe.
I mean, who knows, right? I'm not going to sit here and say it's not a possibility, but I don't think ESPN is in the I don't know, in the lane of telling people things they don't know nothing about. Uh, it's just to get into the thuds. I mean, yeah, it was an average show. It wasn't nothing special. I know a lot of people are running with the Triple H promise surprises thing. I just think he meant throughout the term of their agreement. I don't think he meant like that night. Like it was just you know, but that did serve to amp up the hype for the night, right? So
Yes.
we're all expecting big things, right? So yeah, I don't know if I went in there expecting WrestleMania or anything, or even like a SummerSlam or anything. I did go in there expecting certain outcomes that may have dampened the night. Like I don't get putting Brock over Cena. No, I shouldn't say that. I don't understand putting Brock over Cena. Do I get it? Yeah, you're probably building to somebody to take that uh, prestige or that rub off of Brock when they beat them, but still, it's the man's retirement tour. I feel like other than losing the title, it's no reason for him to be losing, right? And I think that, and yeah, I'll let you go in there in a minute, but I think that put a damper on the night, and it kind of carried over until maybe the semi main event, like for me anyway. Because I even felt myself drifting in and out, like I just didn't care. Like I was just I was doing everything but really paying attention to the matches, and it took me on the rewatch, like I watched it right after it came on, and I'm like, damn, these are good matches. So it's like some things can happen during the match, I feel, or during the night that'll kind of bring it down. But then the card or the matches weren't bad. I don't
No.
know. What's your thoughts on
So I think the biggest thing that people kind of overlook with the Cena and Lesnar thing is that Lesnar's really the only guy he really hasn't been victorious over a lot. On the left hand side of the screen, they put up a kind of like a statistic, and he's 2-4 all time against Lesnar's career.
Yeah, it's
So
205 now.
he's 2-5 now, as we're talking about it. But I think it was like one of those things where it's like he's always struggled with Brock Lesnar. I think the last
Mm.
time they fought before this was SummerSlam 2014, I believe,
Mhm.
and that was a complete beat down. The same similar match, squash match kind of thing to put over Brock Lesnar. So I think they kind of make like that, like he struggles against Lesnar, so we need to build Lesnar up to say he's still the dominant badass that he was. I also feel like if you have a return like him, like Lesnar, to come back to the company after being gone for so long, if he loses his first match back, I think you take all the wind out of his sails, right? And like you said, to the next person to take him out, I wonder if there's a plan in place for, say, like Obafemi at some point. Is there a plan in place for Gunther to beat him to take the mantle over him?
I think it's
Or
Gunther. I don't know about Obafemi.
mm,
Obafemi, although I think Obafemi, if we want to talk NXT a little bit, but I think Obafemi and Trick are like locks for the Royal Rumble, and that's when they're going to get called up. But that's neither here nor there. I think that the point was to give that win to Brock, and then however you build Brock up till then, I think Gunther is the dude. Like you said, I think you said last week, right? I think you said Gunther is Cena's last match,
yes,
which would make sense. the two last people to beat Cena fight at a WrestleMania. Like that gives it an added prestige or the word of the weekend hype. Yeah, I think that's the goal. Like, hey, Brock beat Cena. Hey, Gunther technically retires Cena, and they go on a collision course from there, and however they build that. But I think that's the match that they're. That's why this win is important. Now we just got to see how they execute.
Yeah, I think too. Even when you have a guy like Lesnar come back, you know his appearances are very limited, and he's only going to fight who he wants to, right?
Mhm.
So you know that he's going to want to be in the ring with Cena. He's going to want to be
Right.
in the ring with Gunther. He's going to want to be in the ring with the top level guys because that's what Brock Lesnar does. He's going to be in the War Games match by somehow, some way. He's going to be in it, right? So he's always going to be involved with the top level guys. I just believe at this point they have to have guys of the same size as him, if not a little smaller, for him to kind of throw into the mixes with him. Like I think Gunther's like the perfect like dream match for him right now, overall, because Gunther's probably for as big as he is, him and Lesnar are the same, if that makes any sense. So it's like Gunther's kind of like the giant, and so is Lesnar. So it's like they kind of have the same style, I guess, in a way. They're both very big, like hellacious humans who just work stiff. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And with the way Gunther is, and I said this a couple weeks ago, he is somebody that if he doesn't dominate the match, he tends to lose control. You saw it with Jey Uso, you saw it with CM Punk, you saw it with Sami Zayn, you saw it with Dragunov a couple times. He's not a guy to where if he can't throw around his opponent, he has a hard time like controlling his like composure in the ring. And Lesnar's not somebody he could do that to. So I'm very curious to see if that's the match, how they work that. I don't mean to go too far off the topic, but
very good.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them similar because Brock is I don't know what the fuck to call it, dude. Like,
not similar.
He's not even a apropos name for him now. It's just like he's just like a King Kong that was shrunk into a normal sized human,
Well,
and then Gunther's a giant. So it's not. I understand what you mean. It's not similar as in the way they look. It's similar as the way they are in the ring.
Yes, the way they work.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting because that's going to be a full on fight. Like that's going to be real. That's going to be as real as a fight that you probably could get in wrestling. So it definitely be interesting. But I just to bring it back to the pay-per-view, I think that's the reason why he won is because they're trying to give Gunther and Brock the same accolade and then go into next year hyping it however they do. But again, it's certain outcomes can put dampers on the energy. And I think the crowd energy after they were so shocked that Cena would lose kind of took away from the night. And I think that makes it feel worse. But when you look at it for match, there wasn't a bad match on this card. If you want to say Cena and Brock was probably the worst match, and that wasn't a bad match.
It was just a finisher fest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But then again, when you have a guy like Brock Lesnar,
versus anybody, you spam your finish.
You spam your finisher on him. Yeah, exactly. So even too, like the matches weren't terrible. I just think it got overhyped, and then we kind of got let down because we were promised something that we never got. You know.
Right. But is it fair though to even say it's a letdown because it's a debut for ESPN? Like, what were they supposed to do? Not hype it? Like, it's
they could hype it, but I think the biggest thing is when Triple H says you need to have surprise. Like, we're gonna have a ton of surprises, and then he mentions WrestlePalooza in the same sentence. Like, I think people are sitting there saying, "Oh, we're gonna get something really nice here. Like, we're gonna get like a surprise return, or we're gonna get a crazy finish." you know, what if The
Well,
Rock showed up? I don't know, just saying the name, right?
you
What the
kind of got a
what
crazy finish.
kind of sort of, but it just kind of felt like it was like okay, like and like me and you, we've been watching a long time, so we know what to expect, right? But if you
Yeah.
bring it in like a casual fan base, when they hear surprises and stuff, it's like, oh, what are we gonna get? You know, are we gonna get something cool? And then you just kind of watch, and it's like, oh yeah, this is kind of just normal, right? Like this looks like an episode of Monday Night Raw, you know? So I don't know. I just think if you're gonna say ton of surprises and then you have nothing be shocking except Lesnar beating Cena like in 9 minutes, it's like, okay.
I mean, right? I can't fault you in the logic, but what I would also say to that is, I think especially nowadays, a lot of fans are. We got a lot of podcasts. Obviously, we're on a podcast. Right?
Mhm.
A lot of podcasts, a lot of opinions, and a lot of people, especially people with bigger platforms, build narratives and agendas, right? And they start to pick things in fantasy book, and then they hype everybody else up on their fantasy book, and then other people have fantasy booking as well. Like you just said, maybe The Rock is coming back. Maybe this like we fantasy book ourselves up into a fever pitch, and then sometimes when the shit don't happen, we get angry. We say it
Yes.
sucks. We say this and that, but really, it's a September pay-per-view. They're never really that good. So it's like,
No.
do
No.
we do we take our pragmatic self and say, hey, bro, they're always kind of suspect in September, October, even November, even and
Yes.
definitely in December. 4 months has always been a slow time for wrestling. So what am I expecting? I'm not expecting anything crazy, but then you get the hype of a new network. Triple H out here selling wolf tickets because he has to, and he has to sit here and hype the damn show. So he's gonna say a lot of wild, crazy shit that he knows is not gonna happen. I mean, like I said, I think it's the kind of combination of the circumstance, fantasy booking, and then the outcomes or the outcome of a match that probably just took the air out of the place. So
Yes.
that's kind of it. But just talking about the matches though, I didn't think. I mean, just keep it real. I didn't have a problem with like when Cena lost. I'm like, damn, this man lost in his is his farewell tour. Like that's kind of crazy.
It
But
kind of
then, but
it kind of reminds me of like his entire like this might be far fetched, but it kind of reminds me of his entire career, like all kind of parallel to each other in one run, in a sense.
mhm,
Like,
mhm.
okay, so he he came in as a baby face, right, with the ruthless aggression stuff that lasted for a little while. Then he turned heel with the basic thugonomics thing.
Mhm.
Now he didn't win the title as basic thugonomics, but he won the title. He had a run, and he
Well, he's the
lost it.
face version of Basic Thugonomics. He was a face, but he was still that character. He was a
Yeah,
face.
he was a face, yeah, but just kind of like the opposite parallel of it, right? And
Right.
then because I remember at least when I first started, he got booed, maybe, and then right around like November 2003, which is crazy to say, this is when he teamed up with Angle at Survivor Series. He was the fifth member, and they had the biggest like team in Survivor Series history. It was like the Big
Oh,
Show,
with Brock.
yeah,
Yeah, with
and
all the big.
that's
It was like all
yeah,
other people over like 6'8" or some shit.
yeah. It was like Nathan Jones, Matt Morgan, the Big Show, Lesnar, and who was the other guy? A Train. A Train. That's the other guy I couldn't think of. So they had that, and I remember he was supposed to be the fifth member of that team, and he ended
Well,
up
wait.
turning it
Did
down.
you? Was it Luther? Did you say Luther? The
I
Luther
don't think
dude? Because
I don't
Luther
think
wasn't on there. Luther was on there, wasn't he?
no, I don't think so.
Take a look. Go ahead. I'll take a look. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure it was A Train, Big Show, Matt Morgan, Nathan Jones, and Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure.
What year was that? What, like
2003. It was in Dallas, Texas.
2003?
Yeah.
Good.
But and even too, I remember when he turned face, that was because of that, and became the superstar that he was, and he never looked back. And now I remember like we're getting towards the end of his career, and it kind of reminds me of when he first started going away from his original full time run. He was losing a lot of matches. He wasn't on TV as much, and it felt like his presence was missing. And like we didn't really know what we had with him until it was gone. And now that there's only 5 events left, you see it. You see like, damn, like we didn't know what we had until it was over. And I think they're gonna send him out in the best possible way. And I think him losing to Lesnar is basically like the 2014, like him like losing to Lesnar and not really being on TV. And then he'll come back, he'll have a couple matches, and we're like, wow, Cena can still go. And then we're gonna get the retirement tour finale in December. But
right. Well, I mean, we already know he got a match coming up, and we'll talk about that a little later.
Yes.
In the program. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, that's why it kind of sucks that he lost. Like that's the last time we're gonna see Cena until October or was it 2-3 weeks?
Crown Jewel.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks. He's not gonna be on TV until then. So that was his last appearance as a loss, and then he got beat up.
He got smoked. Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. Then after that, I don't know when is because you just got tickets. When is the Madison Square Garden show?
November 17th.
So from there, Perth is in 3 weeks, which is like mid-October. From there, we don't see him again
until Boston.
Until Boston, and then New York.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of crazy for him to lose. Like
But you see what I'm saying?
If Brock don't need it, like even if you're trying to build a match, right? Brock don't need no hype. Brock don't need no reason.
He don't. But
you know what I'm saying, like if that was Gunther, I wouldn't have had an issue with it. No, if that was Gunther in that match, I wouldn't have an issue.
I wouldn't have an issue with it either. I just think it was because we need to put Lesnar back in the spotlight again, and I don't think Cena really cares at this point. He's a made man. You know what I mean?
I don't think he ever cared.
I'm just saying, especially now. Especially now, he don't care. Like,
right.
Like, I'm out of here in a few weeks. Like, whatever. do what you want.
I'm just here to have fun. That's pretty much what he's saying right now. Because I know for a fact, it's no way in hell Cena say, "Oh, I'm gonna lose to Brock." Like, okay. I'm just gonna leave it there. I thought I'd like to just to run the matches down and see what you thought about all the matches, just the match quality itself. They didn't have a problem with the match technically wise, as far as Cena and Brock. It's usually always a spam finish type of match. So they spammed the finisher and then they just kept it moving. I thought the Usos and the Bronze was on its way to being the best match of the night. But then Jey Uso busted the shit open. And then he had to call half that match off. It felt like
that
he busted his shit.
I'll be honest with you.
Immediately started leaking.
I walked away for a few minutes, right? Because I had to do some stuff around the house. Mm-hmm. So I walked away and I still have my headphones in because I'm listening to it on my iPad. So I have the headphones in. I'm just walking around. I'm listening to audio, not really like watching it. And I heard the chair smack. And it's like he takes the chair to Braun Breaker. And then Jey Uso's busted open. I was like, how did we get there? And
you can't even see the thing hit. Like you have to slow it down.
Yeah.
To see that he put his head out too far, and the shit when he went bang bang and just gush.
Yeah.
Like a knife just went through his fucking head, bro.
He probably caught one of those like screws in the chair or something. I don't know what the chair was made out of.
I just know he didn't get his head out the way because Jey usually brings his body down, I guess, to kind of soften the blow so he's not pounding people. Pause.
Yeah. Pounding people with a chair.
Yeah, with a chair. With a chair.
Context matters, people. Context matters.
But yeah, if you listen, you can hear the double thud. So as soon as that happened, and you see LA Knight kind of check on me like, "You good?" And he's like, "No," and he goes, "Go to the finish." You hear it, like, "Go to the finish," and they went to the finish. I thought if they were probably allowed to do what was supposed to be done to get to that true tsunami spot, it probably comes off as the best match. But because it was rushed, and then that spear looked so bad through the table, and then that tsunami, I was like,
you even heard that on LA Knight too. He was like, "All right, spear." Yeah,
Right.
he walked up. I was like, "Spear." It's like not for nothing. Like if you're just say you're a casual and it's on TV or something like that, and like you look and he goes spear and there's a spear. It's like, wait, what?
What do you mean?
Like,
who's spear?
Like imagine if you're a kid watching it at home or whatever the case is, and you still think it's real, right? And it's like, why do you just tell him to spear him for? Isn't that a good guy? You know what I mean? Like you heard that, like it was audible. He was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, man, I thought that the Io Sky match and Stephanie match, even knowing the kind of back details of it, that she was sick and had probably the shit that I had the couple of weeks for a couple of weeks. Yeah, that makes that match probably a little better. Also gives credence to why the booking was the way it was, is because she was sick on and off. She really couldn't do anything. So again, people just wait for the information to come out. It's not that hard. Just wait for the information. Stop listening to these dudes you paying $14 to that lie to you every week. Stop.
I mean, Corey Hayes is pretty reliable.
Who?
Corey Hayes.
Oh yeah, we know, you know who I'm talking about.
I know. The
that guy. Like, we're not saying his name. We're not gonna give him publicity. That guy. He's the worst thing for wrestling.
Voldemort.
He who shall not be named.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. He who shall not be named, that will not get no publicity from my show. No. But that guy goes around saying stuff, and everybody takes that as word, and it's wrong every time. But you still pay that $15. Whatever. You still pay that $15. Good for you. But we're gonna talk it real. So just let's let things play out. But yeah, but I think that was definitely the best match of the night. The funnest match of the night was the AJ Lee CM Punk and Seth match. What'd you think of that match?
Well, besides the fact he looked like SpongeBob coming down from the rafters of the Krusty Krab, and looking like
that was
Zurg, and looking like Zurg from Toy Story, which was hilarious. By the way,
which he's in the second. I've only seen like 3, or he was in the second one.
He was in the second one, yeah. But
I probably watched it.
I thought it was. I thought that match was fun for what it was. I think it went on a little bit too long. Like, 30 minutes for that match was kind of a little crazy. I thought they probably could have went maybe 15 to 20
minutes. What, entrance to Bell, or
I think it was. I think it was 30 minutes from bell to bell. I think. So it was pretty long. Because I remember seeing on Twitter, X, the Bird app, whatever we call it now, that it was. I think it was 29 minutes and 56 seconds. So it was the longest match in the card by far. I feel like it could have been cut, maybe not in half, but at least like another 6 or 7 minutes. Like, some of the spots for me were just like cool to see, but it just dragged on too long. Like, in the beginning, like they were kind of like chasing each other around, like tagging in, tagging out. Like, it was like, all right, can we just get started now? Like, I feel like eight out of those 29 minutes were just that long. You know,
it got started when Seth hit whatever move he hit on AJ, and then that's kind of when the peak interest for me. That's when it kind of got fun. Mm-hmm. So otherwise, it was just you kind of the typical mixed gender match. Oh, I'm going to tag him in because you got it was that type of thing. But then it got physical between intergender, and then it got a little better. But I thought it was a really fun match. And the looks on CM Punk, like he could not hide his smiles. He could not hide his facial expressions of just pure joy. That just added to the match. Like, he's sitting there tapping out. She's sitting there tapping out Becky, and he's on the floor, just like trying to like stay like this, but and he's smiling big like this. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, this is not Disney. Come on, man. You're supposed to be wrestling.
for him, I
Joking,
think
by the way.
yes, context matters. But no, I think it was cool to see AJ Lee back for the first time in 10 years as well. It really didn't look like she missed too much of a beat, to be honest.
She was very,
She was very good,
smooth.
very
A
smooth.
couple of things. The I don't know if it's Becky or her, but the submission. I don't. I think. I think I seen like just somebody was being a jerk and just but in a funny way, but posting how Nikki Bella took the whatever that finisher is
Black
called
Widow.
and how Becky was doing it, and Becky sitting here like she's not like this woman's not like 5 foot. Dude, you got to bend down a little bit so it can.
You got to at least make it look really like if Caitlyn from back in the day can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh my God! Don't. Much love to Kate, but yeah, I thought that was the funnest match in the night. Okay, now I want to have a discussion.
Okay,
discussion. We need to have a discussion about Mr. Cody Rhodes. Okay.
Oh boy,
about Cody Rhodes.
Where's Chris when you need him?
Yeah. That's why we're having this discussion because we're gonna have a real discussion. Okay, because Chris can't have a real discussion. Okay. So we're gonna. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna ask it like this: has Cody's reigns been underwhelming?
Yes, because I think the build to him finishing the story is by far the biggest accomplishment, but is also the biggest detriment to these things. Because you built a 2.5-year story, well, basically 2 years. You built a 2-year story on him coming back to the company to defeat Roman Reigns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he finally hit the mountaintop. And when he won the title the first time, and his first couple feuds with the belt with AJ Styles and Kevin Owens were good, right? Really good. But the problem is it just never hit the same element. It just never hit the same amount of like, wow, this is really, really good. Like you spent that much time to get him that belt. And now he has that belt, and I feel like you're struggling to recreate the magic that you tried to put together. And I think for as good as Kevin Owens' feud was for him, you knew he wasn't losing the belt to Kevin Owens. For as good as the AJ Styles feud was, he was not losing the belt to AJ Styles. The first real credible threat to that championship was John Cena. And they kind of butchered the heel turn for John Cena anyway. I think if they could do it again, I think if you take that SummerSlam match and you put it as a WrestleMania match, I think everyone would look at his title run a little differently. You know?
So yeah, this has been one of the most overhyped title runs ever. Like, we'll go from WrestleMania 40, right?
Okay.
We go to AJ Styles. We have 2 matches. What was the story?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even.
So then we go from AJ Styles. I don't think it was Kevin Owens right away, was it?
It was Solo.
Was he SummerSlam?
It was Solo.
I guess he was. It was Solo. There you go. It was Solo for a couple of matches at. It was the tag match and then the SummerSlam, and then Roman returned. Again,
then it was Kevin Owens.
And then it was Kevin Owens. So you get AJ Styles, a worthless. All that was to get Roman Reigns back on TV story, and then you go into Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was the only interesting feud that Cody Rhodes has had until
John Cena.
We don't know what they're going to do. I'm not saying John Cena. That's what wasn't interesting. Drew McIntyre. I don't know what they're going to do further, but I don't count John Cena because the heel turn was so butchered and so trash that it diminished a main event for WrestleMania. So I'm not gonna put that in any type of good. That was a that was eight. And it's not to be disparaging to AJ Styles, but I'm putting that in the AJ Styles category because it wasn't anything. It was nothing. It was absolute trash, and the payoff at Mania was trash. AJ Styles' match with Cody Rhodes was a nothing. It was literally just a fan service fucking match, which wrestling it is. But to a point, we still want some stories to your top guys, to your Romans, to your Codys, to your Drews. We want stories from them that pull off the whole show. They rise the level to the whole show. It's what we come to watch. You cannot tell me, other than to see Cody Rhodes himself, what story in these 2 years that he's had that title that he's that's gotten over. Now you want to sit here and say Cena because of the hype of it, sure, I'll give you that. But Drew was the only, and Drew carried it for 6 weeks or 5-6 weeks because Cody wasn't on TV.
Yeah, Cody was being guile. Yeah,
you know. So how do I say this is a success? How do I sit there and have people come out their face and say that Cody Rhodes is the reason why WWE is where it is right now? No, he's not. He has done nothing but to reap the benefits of something that was built 3 years prior to him coming. So, listen, that being said, Triple H needs to do better for his guys. Okay? Because that's what I'm going to point him as, is that's Triple H's guy. That's his guy. He had the pomp and circumstance, 40, everybody putting him on his shoulders. He's down there giving them belts. That's your guy. You have done your guy a terrible disservice in these 2 years because he has 2 memorable feuds. One was a 6-week period where he didn't fucking participate until a contract signing where the promo was so bad. So bad. There's a level of being forced now with Cody, and they need to be careful because he is going to get that Super Cena treatment, and it's going to come soon. I don't know when. I'm not going to sit here and pinpoint 6 months, 7. He's going to get that treatment. That let's go Cody. Cody sucks because he's too transparent. He's too transparent. And you need to dirty him up more. Just to bring it back to the WrestlePalooza match, the match itself was fine. But the match itself was a match that should have more detail in it because the story should have been better. I'm not going to fault the man for having a kid and getting a great movie deal or movie role, but just the circumstances of it, it didn't live up to anything, really.
Yeah.
That match was just a match.
Yeah, I think the other thing with Cody Rhodes' title runs is like it kind of feels like when he took over and he is the guy of the company, like he's the quarterback one that everybody says, like Michael Cole says on television. Like he's replacing a all-time championship level run that we'll probably never see again, right?
I don't think I won't be alive if it happened again. I'll tell you.
But I'm just saying, like I think that people have to really realize Cody took over the belt after a 4-year run of dominance, of complete dominance. The Bloodline ran WWE for 4 years.
And it wasn't just like running, like they had the tag title mid-card level. They had Sami Zayn doing that as well. Obviously, Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman working in the background. That was a group that took over a show. And that's what he was following. And I think that's probably Friday, also.
Every Friday, I would come out of work. I'd grab my food from my favorite deli. I would come home. I would have SmackDown on. And the Bloodline Beyond, the first thing, they would come out. All the time. Come out, have a 30-minute promo. Every moment mattered. Every moment, every single sentence, Every single everything mattered. You couldn't if you missed one fucking detail, you were like, when did this happen? Why is he saying this? Just the intricacies of everything that was going on. Like it was
Right.
like this is real. And this was a 4-year run. I think the other problem with the disservice of Cody is he has to live up to that. And he's not gonna do that. So I think when people say it's a disservice, and I'm not saying you like it's a disservice to him because of what he's following. Like he has the he's basically standing in a T-Rex footstep right now, trying to hold this belt. And I don't think it'll ever be accomplished ever again. Like that's the thing. Like you have such big shoes to follow after that you will never recover. Like you will sit there and be like, yeah, his title runs were good, but Roman Reigns is he held that belt for 4 years, and it's like now Cody takes it over, and he just can't. The stories don't match up. There's
Right.
no like level of like, yeah, this could work. Right, like Drew's a good opponent for him. Drew probably should have beat him. That's actually my other point. Before I go away from the topic, but Drew should have beat him at WrestlePalooza if they wanted to have some kind of fun thing. Because going back to John Cena's title runs were never really that long. Yeah, he has 17 of them, but there was a couple times where he held the belt for like 14 days, a whole month, 2 months. Like he didn't really hold the belt that long. So I don't understand why they.
I mean, I think he had a 2-year, like a year and a half run.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah,
in the beginning he did, but everything after that it was very small and not. Like there was a couple times he held the belt for a couple days, a couple weeks even, right? Just to kind of put it on him, so that way, okay, like we'll give it to the next guy.
Put it on him to give it to the next guy.
Yeah. Yes, he was basically the transitional champion. So I don't know why they don't look to pull the trigger a little bit more on those situations, because what are you afraid of? Cody's not going to lose any steam. Everybody knows him.
The money.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. And the other thing is too, I just want to say this: Triple H, listen to your superstars. Listen to your guys. They're the ones that make you the money. They're the ones that bring the people into the arenas. Try something different. I know you're not the biggest fan of the talent hijacking creative or the fans hijack creative, but sometimes you need to listen to your superstars. Don't be so dense on the idea of, no, I need to have this long and that long, because you're only going to run into problems. Imagine if Drew would have won on Saturday night. The internet would have went crazy.
Oh, there would have been a buzz.
Yeah, like
there would have been a buzz.
Drew beat Cody? Seriously? Drew's getting another title run? Like, can you imagine the reaction they would have got?
Yeah. I thought it was such a sure thing. I thought, like, why do you now? When I say this next part, I totally understand why they put the WWE title to be the last thing on there, because it's the WWE title. So let's get that out the way. I totally think they moved that match to the main event because you're going with the upset. Drew's the underdog in that aspect. I don't understand why you don't pull that trigger. It doesn't hurt Cody one iota. He's already made. He's the guy who beat Roman Reigns. He's already made. You don't need him to have long title runs. Month title runs used to be the thing in the Attitude Era. I remember Stone Cold had the title for 3 months, and then he lost it to Kane or something like that.
That's a little bit before my time, but I think what happened was just from me kind of watching it as like not watching it as a kid, but me kind of reading up on it and kind of growing up with older cousins who watched it. I'm pretty sure he lost the belt to Kane in the first blood match,
right?
Because Kane couldn't bleed because he had the mask on, and then he won it back the next night. Remember when Mick Foley beat The Rock on Monday Night Raw?
He lost the title like 2 weeks later.
Exactly. So I don't understand like the idea of this like long title runs that just don't go anywhere and they feel stagnant and dry. Unless you have a great story behind it, it kind of just takes the wind out of the company's sails.
It's just it shows no, like, when you have one guy have the title for so long, he can have all the great matches he wants, but then nobody else is getting shine. Like, to be honest, LA Knight has still not won a title, a world heavyweight title.
Don't even get me
in
started.
in the WWE.
No,
that
don't even.
That to me is, and again, we're gonna talk about him and Jay in a minute. It's still a like that dude was white a year ago. Now
he still gets decent pops, but it's not to the level of.
It's not what it was a year ago.
No, it's not. Now,
it wasn't a year ago.
Now, for conversation's sake, if you said, let's put the belt on him for a month and let's have Rollins beat him at one pay-per-view or something, they'll get that popularity right back.
Like I said, I don't know. Like, I feel like Drew has been chasing the title for 2 years, and he deserves the reign. He deserves the reign. I don't understand what you're waiting for in that aspect, especially with Drew's point of it. Like, what are you waiting for? I mean, that's Drew McIntyre. It's not like he has to prove himself. He's a draw. He has a bunch of social media followers, and he has a movement on social media. Every time he posts a video on social media, it absolutely gets numbers. Like, I don't understand why Drew McIntyre is not a champion right now. When you had, like, I'll go so far as to say that Drew should have won or should have fought Cena at SummerSlam. It should have been Drew who won the King of the Ring. I don't know I think he took some time off, so maybe that is what happened.
He couldn't move his neck to the left because he got written off TV because he fought with Damian Priest.
So maybe that was the reason, but I feel like that's better booking. Like, have Drew beat Cena and then have Cody chasing Drew up and through WrestleMania. That would have been the better story. That'll benefit Cody, and that benefits Drew.
And I think the other thing is too is you get fresh matchups. Like,
right.
You get better storytelling. Like, no, I shouldn't say better. Maybe, but like, you mean to tell me that Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn wouldn't be a good feud for a couple months on SmackDown? Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me Drew and Jacob Fatu wouldn't be fun for a couple months, for a couple weeks? You mean to tell me Damian Priest and him going out for the belt, even though he has no shot at winning, wouldn't be cool? Like, but instead you put the belt on Cody, who you just know what you're gonna get. You know he's not losing it until a big pay-per-view. You know he's not losing until big pay-per-view. You know he's not gonna be in any kind of danger to lose it. So it's like, why the fuck do we even care? Like, seriously, like, why do we sit there? Yeah, why do we sit there and say, oh yeah, well, maybe he has a shot? No, they have no shot. Like, it kind of reminds me of like Triple H's, and forgive me, but my main primary peak of watching, even though I still watch now, was like 2003, 2006. So I usually bring up a lot of points in that time frame because that's when I was really watching and paying attention. So that's why I try to draw parallels. It kind of reminds me of like when Triple H was champion in 2003, and this was kind of the beginning.
The Reign of Doom.
Yes, and it was like Scott Steiner. You knew he had no shot. Then it was Booker T. You knew you had no shot. Then from Booker T was Kevin Nash. You knew Kevin Nash had no chance. And then Goldberg was the one who took it off him. Goldberg held it for 3 months, and then he gave it right back to Triple H in a span of a year. So he held the belt for 9 months out of the whole year. And it was like, well, what the, you know what I mean? Like why do we even care? And even before that, he was awarded the belt in September 2002. He lost it to Michaels at Survivor Series 2002, the first ever Elimination Chamber match. And he beat him at Armageddon. So he really held the belt for a better half of, 27 months or some shit? 20 something. 18 months?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna sit here and put a number on it, but it was at least half that time. Like, I feel like he stopped, because then that was kind of parallel, because he was on Raw, right? And Cena was coming up on SmackDown, and then Cena was traded to Raw, and I think that's kind of when Triple H really didn't have title reigns like that. I think like one or two more, maybe three more because if you want to count the authority figure shit. But I mean, yeah, he started to like he went like Cena went over at that WrestleMania with him, and then I think didn't DX get back together soon after that.
No, I think that was a year before. I think what happened was I think he beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 22.
No, it was that year because he lost to Cena, and then him and McMahon got into it, and then Shawn Michaels and him got back together, and then Shawn fought Cena that next WrestleMania because Triple H got hurt.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
I don't see.
It was the summer. It was kind of the after WrestleMania into the summer when DS got back together, and then Triple H got hurt in a tag match again. Or it might have been a singles match, but he tore his other quad, and then that whole year was a build to it was he got hurt later in that year, but that next year, that first WrestleMania, I think it was in Detroit or Chicago, whichever one that CM Punk was a
Chicago was WrestleMania 22, and so WrestleMania 23 was Detroit. So 2006, 2007.
Who was 22?
Michaels.
Michaels was 22, or
Michaels was 22. Triple H was 23. Because in that same night, The Undertaker fought Mark Henry at WrestleMania 22 in a casket match, and then the following year, he beat Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship in Detroit.
Yeah, 22 was Triple H. 23 was Shawn Michaels. So 22 was the one where he timed the CM Punk was one of the gangsters, because I remember that year. And then in that fall or right before Rumble or some shit, Triple H got hurt, and then they put Shawn Michaels, because it was going to be Triple H and Cena too, but he got hurt, and then HBK went in there and fought him in 23. And that's when that whole when he said you're not the better man, like he had a roll up or some stupid shit to win, and they wouldn't shake his hand.
Yeah.
And then they kind of feuded through England or some shit like that.
Yes, they had a really good match in London. I always get those 2 years mixed up. Then.
Yeah, well, I know it's them two. It's DX those years. I always just get the mix up of who went first, but it was Triple H first because that was quote unquote Cena's first big win. That's when I think John Bradfield Lakefield started calling him Big Mac John or some shit.
Maybe,
yeah. So, but that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like to me is that kind of reign of doom. It's just Cody Rhodes, who is a likable person, and Triple H is not a likable person. Well, I like him, but everybody else doesn't.
So, because he was the big bad guy back then. That's why.
Right. Yeah. But like that. This kind of what it feels like. It's just like like the worst thing in wrestling is to know, like, oh, it's going to be a good match, but I know it's going to be. Like that. That's the worst thing. Like not even a 10% chance to somebody that's going to I can't. That's the worst.
You can kind of tell right off the rip. You already know. Oh, he has no shot.
Right. All right. So let's. I mean that average.
Not too far off topic.
What I would say. Yeah.
Average pay-per-view.
What was your thoughts on Raw this week?
Another decent episode. I think they're trying to set up, going forward the Survivor Series, because that's we're on the road to right now. I thought the Jey Uso and LA Knight match had some interesting storylines.
The night of Jey Uso, I feel like was a very good night. Like it was storyline wise, I should say.
Yes.
Very much a progression of his character.
LA Knight or Jey Uso?
Both.
Okay. I didn't hear you said that.
A lot of snarkiness from LA Knight this week. I don't know if you agree with that. A lot of snarkiness, a little more snarkiness, I guess you'd say. And Jey Uso, very aggressive, very wanting to fight and looking to fight.
Yeah.
So Love the aspect of, yeah, hey, you want to take your eye off the ball, but I'm gonna hit you with the spear, hit you with the splash, and I'm gonna get this dub. Who used to do that? Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So I love the aspect of, bro, like, let's go help him.
Yeah, no, I think I see, and that's the thing too. Like I mentioned it last week. It reminds me of the symbiote. When Spider-Man, don't say Peter Parker. When Spider-Man has, he's regular, he'll help everybody out, he'll do whatever, and then the symbiote comes, and then he's like, "No, I ain't helping him. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna beat that bad guy up to a pulp and keep it moving." Right? I'm not gonna pull my punches. It kind of reminds me of that too, in a way. And I think the biggest thing with this story is you're seeing Jey Uso kind of get obsessed with the championship. That you're seeing him say, "I had that taste of gold. Now I want it all the time. Now I want to be on top of the universe." Yeah, I only held it for so long, but I was the man. I was in charge. I had everybody with me. I had the crowd with me. I was at the mountaintop and I lost it. And yeah, the eating is cool and being with the crowds and the 4 letters, one word is awesome too. But I need to get back to where I need to be, you know? And I think the biggest parallel is Jimmy Uso is now essentially the right hand man to him in a way. And
not yet, but I see.
not yet, but yeah, but he's always with him. He's trying to say like, "Hey, let's do this instead." He's like, "No, we got to do things my way." You know what I mean? Like, if you heard it too, he goes, "You ain't ordering me around like I'm one of your kids." You know what I mean? Like, we're not doing that right now. And I think he sees like and I think Jimmy kind of sees the idea of like, wow, maybe he is turning into Roman again. Maybe I'm witnessing this all over again. I'm seeing the idea of the championship corrupt my brother's mind again. Like we've been through this once. We know how toxic this stuff was. Why do we need to go back down it again? And it's just because now Roman's in this position where he's like, I was once that person. So how do I handle myself 5 years ago?
Well, let me stop you right there, because I don't know if you've seen this with the post game or the post show, whatever they show with the podcast, with Raw. Jimmy was on there, and Jimmy was like, "Hey, like, I understand what he's going through." When I say, and he said, some to the effect, I'm not going to sit here and actually quote him, but to the effect was that, yeah, I understand why he would want to act like Roman, because Roman, I mean, that he said that title reign, like, nobody can deny it, right? But it's a good and a bad, like it's a gift and a curse. And he said he's with his brother, but we gotta pretty much essentially weigh the gift and the curse. Now, with the news, just to bring the news into it, that Roman Reigns is set to wrap Street Fighter this Friday, feels like to me we got a hero spot on Monday, but that's neither here nor there. So here's the thing, and because we went a little long on the rest of Palooza, we was rapping, so yeah, that's cool. But I'm gonna bring this into it. Like, I feel like in the year 2025, I think we said, well, this is kind of a theme that I've been trying to say the last 2 or 3 podcasts, is that we as wrestling fans are too simplistic of what a heel, quote unquote, is. Heels can be good guys now. We've seen it.
Yes.
We've seen it in Marvel. We've seen it in DC. We've seen it in a lot of different other storytelling aspects of entertainment. We've seen it in mangas. We've seen it in comics. We see it in novels. Bad guys are not specifically just evil people.
Yes.
Bad guys can be good. Right. Exactly where I was going. Bad guys can be people that think they're doing something good, but it's bad.
The logic is flawed.
Right. The logic is flawed. No, the logic is sound, but the method is flawed. The method is flawed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
And then you just have straight evil, like Darkseid. Straight evil.
Right. That's the thing. So you have pure evil, look at that comic knowledge. Good comic knowledge. Pure evil is a Darkseid. Pure evil is a Mephisto. Pure evil is a Doctor Doom. Actually, no, let's take Dr. Doom. Pure evil, those type of characters, the devil, those type of characters, right? Those are what evil heels are supposed to give off.
Yes.
Then there's the heel that does the bad thing, but he's doing it for the right reasons. That's a Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna blink half the universe, but you're doing it because you see that the resources of the universe is finite. So if you half the universe is gone, that means more abundance of resources in the universe, meaning that people will survive.
When in reality, he should just double the resources.
But in reality, he just killed half the fucking universe to do it.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So you can do a bad thing, but be a good person.
Well, I also think too, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I think the biggest thing is like us as wrestling fans. Like you grew up in a time when Stone Cold was the primary guy in wrestling, and he beat up on his boss all the time. He fucked with his boss,
right?
So it's like I think the era of wrestling fans
drinks and
now,
drives.
Exactly, like the era of wrestling fans now drinking on the job,
right? Drinking while operating,
yes.
heavy machinery. Like you're not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to do those things, but you do it anyway. You remember the Office episode, and he's sitting there. He goes, "Oh, you guys drink beers?" And he goes, "Yeah, and tell every single one of you." And he fires the guy, and he hires the mail clerk or whatever it was. Yeah. Like
bullying like Kurt Angle, giving him little hats.
Yes, exactly. Like and I think that's the thing. I think our generation of wrestling fans are so much so like we like the bad guy more than we like the good guy. I think the older wrestling fans get, the more you gravitate towards those people. So I think that the idea of the simplicity of a heel is kind of like you have to really do some dastardly shit to get some heat on you nowadays. Like you have to do some real real fucked up shit because everybody's gonna cheer the bad guy on because we're used to it. Stone Cold. I'm trying to think. Like, if you were a Triple H fan back in the day, he was doing some dastardly shit.
My man hit people with sledgehammers, dog. Like,
no, I know, but some people like them. DX, things like that.
That's
what I'm just saying. That's your guy. But you know what I'm saying? Like the older wrestling fans get, the more I feel like they like the heel more than the babyface because you see the oversimplicity of it, like Hulk Hogan, for example. Real American, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, 24-inch pythons, what you going to do, brother? You know what I'm saying? Right. And then as he turns to the NWO Hogan, you're like, this guy is cool. This guy is even better because now I see he's wearing different colors. He's saying, fuck everybody, brother. It's about the NWO for life, and stuff like that. So you see the difference, and I think the older wrestling fans get it's like, I like that guy more than that guy. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just think that the pure baby faces are more for the kids, and the heels and the anti-heroes are more for people like us. I think the oversimplicity of the fact that they can't, they have a hard time making the heels look dastardly, so it's a hard thing to do.
Use the good word right there. Anti-hero.
Yes.
There's heels and there's anti-heroes and then there's heroes. Right now, if we had to categorize people, Roman Reigns is an anti-hero. He's not a heel. He hasn't been a heel since the beginning of the bro. Yeah, like the first edition. He hasn't been he's been just the guy who is going to do him. That's not a bad guy. That's an anti-hero. That's a dude that I'm gonna do things that I feel is right for me. And if it's okay with you, then it's fine. And if it's not, I don't give a shit. And me and my guys are gonna fucking rule, this company.
Yes.
Then you got babyface, Cody Rhodes, enough said. John Cena, enough said. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the heels.
Drew.
There's no heels, and that's the problem. There's no what heel. There's no. Can you say Drew's a heel? No, he's more of an anti-hero. Who's a heel? Seth is not a heel. Seth, no, he's not. He's not a heel. What did he do?
Just saying. I don't know.
He hasn't even done what Roman did at the beginning of the OG Bloodline. He hasn't done it.
Maybe Bronson Reed.
I mean, he's probably the only dude who's hurt people on a consistent basis. So,
Yeah, like Braun Breaker. But again, everybody likes Braun
I
Breaker.
don't know. Yeah.
So it's like, where is he, right?
There's no heels. There's not a
Yeah.
single heel that you can say like the traditional, twirl your mustache, I'm doing something dastardly heel. There's anti-heroes and there's heroes.
Yeah, there's no more heels. And I also think that's because kayfabe is gone. The internet is out. And I think there's more like levels of knowing these guys compared to how it was back in the day. So, and on top of it too, I think there's more people that like that. Like I said before, I keep beating a dead horse, but there's more people that gravitate towards the anti-heroes now than ever. So it's going to be hard to really make a bad guy in wrestling because of that.
Right. Where do you think they are going? Because we know, okay, so Jay Uso beat LA Knight. We also got Asuka turning officially on EO.
That was really good too.
Really good. It turned Rhea into She-Hulk. Maybe she gets that role.
Or Avatar.
Bro, she was straight green. She was green when she left the arena.
Yeah. What I do like though is I really think that can close out Raw for a couple of weeks.
With that story, I think they're trying to build to a tag match between Io and Rhea.
Yeah, Crown Jewel
Warriors. So that can definitely, it would justify. That's the only thing. Well, if Roman is coming back, then yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah.
At least for a couple weeks, unless Roman comes back, like you said.
But I mean, you got a tornado tag match next week.
Yes,
the Usos and the Bronx. If he's
it
going
would
to
make
be
sense
there,
it would make sense there.
He's
Yeah,
going to be there.
No DQ.
Funny also that they're about to go to a place where he's filming a movie. That's kind of That's kind of crazy.
Yes.
But you need to hit on there. But yeah, that was definitely a good ending. Like, and it was good to see the women have that moment because that turn was great. I love Kyrie's hesitancy into violence. Like she's like, no, and just drops an elbow. Like that was kind of cool the way they presented.
Yeah,
that. I'm interested. Like what do you like? Okay, we just said they're doing a tag match. I think for Perth. Where do you go from there? Do you go Io Asuka? You go Rhea?
I think so.
You go Io Asuka?
Okay. I think you go Io Asuka. And I think it'll be Ripley versus Stephanie at some point.
I gotta get that match to Mania. You get that. You don't get that match before Mania.
How do you build it in the span of? How do you see? That's the problem, right? We're in September. WrestleMania is in April. So how do you get to a point where you could sit there and realistically say we're going to have about 7 months worth of stories for both of them? See, and this is the problem. You're going to run into.
Let's map it out. So like I said, we got Perth.
Yes.
We got Perth, right? So that's a tag match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Survivor Series is the next big pay-per-view.
Yes.
That can be a 5-woman match. Mm-hmm. War games or not. Then we got December. I think the only thing they do there is night. I'm about to say night champion. The damn Saturday Night Main Event. Damn, we got a Saturday Night Main Event November 1st. Forgot about that.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe that's where you do Io Asuka. Maybe that's where you do Io Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
I think you build Asuka to be the buffer between Stephanie and Rhea.
That's probably true. They'll probably do that for a couple months, and then hopefully it takes them. Hopefully, it's good enough to take them into December, and then you get to the
get them to January, and then have Rhea win the Royal Rumble, and then from there you don't have to do anything.
Pretty much, yes. Then you basically have it already written up. The only thing I don't want to see though is I don't want to see Stephanie not really wrestle between those months.
I think you got because you got her Tiffany or whoever wins the women's title on SmackDown versus Stephanie. So you got that. I'm pretty sure she'll be a part of a Saturday Night Main Event. Some whoever,
War Games.
Yeah, she'll be a part of War Games. Another other Saturday Night Main Event. That's why I said you got to build. I think you build Asuka through that. Maybe get a triple threat somewhere on one of those Saturday Night Main Events that builds to another match that build if you build Asuka and Kyrie the correct way, and then keep Io in that mix, maybe again, hopefully there's a draft that we get new women to fight with. Maybe you throw up a Becky out of nowhere over there. Like it's ways. I think it's ways to get to WrestleMania without having Rhea and Stephanie have a match already.
Yeah, but I also think they need to take. Well, not that they need to, but if you're going to throw Becky in there, you're going to have AJ beat her for the IC title belt. Now, whether that be,
you didn't think that was happening?
No. I'm just saying. I'm just using it as an example to like get Becky to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know if they do that because I don't think they want to separate Becky and AJ. I kind of think they brought AJ kind of to mesh with them, so I don't think that's what they do. I'm just saying that there's plenty of buffers that you can line up for Stephanie and have them be big matches and still get to Rhea at Mania without them, having an official match.
And if they do start calling up women to go to the main roster, I think about 80% of them should go to SmackDown.
All of them should go to SmackDown.
All of them should go to SmackDown.
Every one of them. I think maybe one. Yeah. I think Jada Parker and Lash Legend go to Raw, and every other one of them go to SmackDown.
Yeah, like Soul could go to SmackDown. Jacy Jane, whenever she loses the belt, go to SmackDown.
What do you think about the Judgment Day teasers? Again, they're a bunch of cop blockers. Like this, the teasers. The best strippers in America are the Judgment Day. That's all they do is tease.
See, it's a good story, and I'm glad that it's running this long. But at some point,
for the breakup, let's go.
You're slow building a very, 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 very long story. Like this has been going on since Edge has been in the company, and Edge has been gone for 3 years. So, yes. So you're essentially saying that we're still building this. You added multiple people. You've kept the same core. I kind of feel as if you're going to get that breakup sooner than later. And I have a feeling it'll probably be around Survivor Series, November-ish. I think when you get towards like Liv Morgan's return, I think then you'll start to see the real cracks in the foundation. I do think what they'll try to do is in order to get her like back into the fold, I wouldn't be surprised if they use a little Roxanne Perez with them a little bit, little interactions there, maybe a little bit more. Because I still look, Finn ain't slick. He bought her in there for one reason only. We all know that, right?
Right.
We know Dom can't keep his eyes off the girls. We know that already. So exactly. So for him, it's like, all right, I'm gonna get him involved, and I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna get her involved, fuck with him with her, and then Liv's gonna come back, right? Because I still feel as if what's gonna happen is the Judgment Day by themselves between Roxanne, Raquel, Finn, and JD will be perfectly fine. I think once you kick out Liv and Dom, I think that's when the story builds back up again. I have a hard time seeing the Judgment Day like Finn Balor and like JD McDonough ever splitting up because I feel like they work together too well, right?
And, I don't think JD is ever leaving Finn's side.
Yeah, and for Roxanne and Raquel, there's a clear superstar there, and there's the Kevin Nash kind of person, right? It's very much like Big Mommy Cool. It's Big Mommy Cool and Shawn Michaels all over again, right? So except the female side. So like you kind of see that too, right? Like when do they actually split up? When does that happen?
So Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Dom Finn match. Just give me Dom Finn. I know you want to do the Demon. Just give me that. Like I'm kind of tired of the arguments.
You don't
Then
like
they're gonna be
Demonito?
fine, huh?
You
Oh,
don't
I
like
love
Demonito?
Demonito. I want to see Demon and Demonito in the same frame. I want the
Yeah,
whole thing.
it's not bad.
All right, I want the whole thing. But
Me too.
no, like I just like I say that, and it sounds like I'm like tired of it, but it's not that I'm tired of it. I just want to see it. And but
Yes.
it's been a good story. It's been it's had its up and downs. Like any long term story would have, but definitely it's definitely a springboard group. It's springboarded a lot of things. People getting more clout. Look what it did. I mean, Liv went in there and went off. I
Look what it
think
did to Dom.
Raquel is kind of in that. Look, Dom. Dom
Dom,
is
let me.
Dom went from the he had the most heat, and now I
Yeah,
think he's pretty much turned to a baby face. Like he doesn't get booed like that no
Dom,
more.
Dom Mysterio is probably the greatest heel turn that they've capitalized on in the past 25 years.
So, yeah, that's good.
Because not only is he loved, he's essentially, and we all know the joke, Eddie Guerrero is his dad, right?
Mhm.
Every time you watch him wrestle, and every time you look at him, I feel as if you say to yourself, damn it, he's not Eddie's son, but this might be the closest fucking thing we have. He's not as talented as Eddie was in the ring, but in terms of
Yeah, that's
charisma,
why I can't. Maybe on the mic or on the camera, I'll give you
on
that. But
the
he ain't
charisma
Eddie in
side,
that ring, baby.
he's not Eddie in that ring though. He's not. But on the charisma side of things, with him and Rhea Ripley and the mommy thing, it looked like Eddie in China.
Yeah. Oh no. Like outside, like he has the. I'm not even. And he's a good wrestler. Please,
Yeah.
nobody click me and say that. No, no. He's a really good wrestler. He's still super young. He's only going to get better. But his outside, his development on camera and skits and promos and stuff like that has made his character so much better. Like he plays that gullible, but I know I'm getting over dude so well. And it's just probably because, that's what he's done his whole life. Probably just, he's a slick dude. He seems like that type of dude, a smooth dude, talk himself out of everything. That's what he does. And I don't know, like it's cool as shit to see where he came from, especially like person like me when I seen him when he was 8 years old when the whole Eddie's your daddy shit happened.
Yeah.
I watched him from that and to now. It's like, yo, that's insane. So definitely the Judgment Day has brought out the best in several people. I think it's doing the same thing right now for Raquel and Roxanne. I think it's kept Finn more than afloat. And I think JD has, I mean, I didn't know much about him in NXT. I know I seen some banger matches that he had, but he's gotten like his work on the main roster. I would say he's one of the best workers in the world. He is really fucking good. He get a good match out of anybody. So
and he works well. He works with any style. That's the other thing. Like,
anybody.
Even with the War Raiders.
What he just did with Rusev, that match was fucking. That match was good, bro.
Yeah.
That match was good. Nobody said anything about that match this year, but we're gonna move through it because I don't want to keep. We went super long with WrestlePalooza, bro. We went super long, but
unfortunately, that stole the show.
Yeah,
negative headlines though.
Negatively. Did you have a problem with ESPN's grade of WrestlePalooza?
No, because it's basically everything we've been saying. It's been a fucking C-level product the past couple weeks. It's the same months even.
Like 6 months.
Yeah, look, I get it. I know the summertime's slow. I get it. I understand.
It ain't supposed to be this slow.
It ain't supposed to be like this. It just reminds me of the time when I remember every Friday I used to come home after a football game, go to Wendy's, hang out with my friends, whatever, come home at irresponsible times. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. turning on SmackDown, and it would be Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
6 weeks in a row. It's the
Then one of them
same
had the
ending.
title. For
Yes,
one
they had the
time,
Intercontinental title. It was the
Yeah.
Intercontinental title. It was the same ending 6 weeks in a row. The same
I think I
matches.
stopped watching around that thing.
And to be honest with you, I fucking kept going because I was a sucker for punishment. But that's what the Raw's been ending the same way. It's always the Vision. It's always the Uso. It's always somebody standing tall. That's why when LA Knight was standing tall the other night, I was like, holy shit, they actually did something different. Like, wow.
Yeah. It's just it's kind of cookie cutter right now. I couldn't even say kind of. It's really cookie cutter right now. It's a safe way to get through a show, and still, I guess, have enough to come back next week. But it's getting to a point where, bro, I can call it. I can call it.
Yeah.
Hell, if anybody really goes in our group chat, and I'm talking about the production group chat, bro, I call matches and finishes all the fucking time. I call it to the T. Bang, bang, he's this, that, and the dirt. I started doing it on the timeline. And every time it comes right, I hit him with the.
Told you so.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. Like a person like myself who's been watching a dude like Triple H for 20 years now. I've been watching that dude for like damn near half my life. I know the tendencies. I know his black and gold booking. This is straight NXT TV from when he was running it. It always ended in a smiles, and then that builds to the title match where nobody interferes. Wonderfully at that point, and it's a 30-minute fucking bang. It's the same thing. The problem is when you do it on the main roster and you have the talent that you have, you should not be doing the same thing every night.
No,
you have too much talent to not even just try something new. Try some weird shit. We might all say, "Yeah, that was weird." But
hey,
I would admire it. Like, bro, do something different. Do something different. It is getting stagnant, but the dude was right. It was a fucking C+ show. The funny shit to me about it is the dude, I think that the article came out Monday or some shit like that, maybe Tuesday.
I don't remember.
But it comes out after everybody was bitching about the fucking show being average or lame or mid. And then the dude from ESPN also says it's mid, and now you're mad?
Yeah. Yeah, like
so
just accept
or
it.
the dude said like, oh look, ESPN having buyers withdraw, they gave him a C. Bro, you just said the fucking show was. So he agreeing with you, and now that like what? I don't.
Because if they would have said it's a B+ show, people would have said, "What are you, crazy?" It's almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
But I will say, and that lit the fucking internet on fire.
I will say though, Crown Jewel has to be better.
Crown Jewel is shaping up to be better already. We got 3 shows.
Yeah,
3 matches already. So what? We got
AJ and Styles.
We got AJ Styles and we got AJ Styles and Cena, and then we got the title match. So we got
Cody and Seth.
Cody and Seth, which that was the most nothing promo this Monday.
Because it's just you know what it is. It's like there's no stipulation except the belt that's only seen once a year. So how do you?
How are you gonna say it's about a stipulation, bro? Like bro, this is about you and him. Why are we bringing up WrestleMania 40?
No, I know, but I'm saying like the main purpose of this is that Crown Jewel Championship, right? And it's like, wait, this is only shown once a year. Like, why? Like, there's no significance. People forget. I'm sure there's some wrestling fans who forgot who even won the fucking the Crown Jewel Championships at some point because it's not on television.
I don't know if people forgot Liv and Cody.
Who knows? Some people might have.
Yeah, I guess. But again, like it's just. I'm assuming we're getting s- I don't know. Like, what are we getting? I don't even like. We got those 3 matches, and then I'm. Rumor is Roman Reigns wrapped up this week, or is wrapping up this week with Street Fighter. So that means he's going to be at the event. I don't know what match. He already beat Bronson Reed. Are you going to put him in the ring and let him beat up Braun Breaker? I don't know. Is it a
I
tag
feel like
match? Maybe he just supports.
I feel like
Maybe it's
him.
a 3-man. Maybe they put LA Knight on the Vision side, and then it's the original Bloodline. Maybe they do that. I guess I don't kind of see.
But even
Now
then,
that I said that, I think that's what's going to happen.
but even then, you have an issue where Division attacks LA Knight every week. So why would he ever team up with them?
Shit can change. Listen, they just Jey Uso just got a win off of them. Again, they got 3 weeks. It can be circumstances where my enemy is my friend. Though you can do that.
I mean that could be true too, but it would just seem like a very awkward fit if they beat the shit out of him every week, and all of a sudden he teams up with them.
Maybe they do a Roman. Maybe they do a Roman LA Knight.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Yeah, not gonna do that again.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't know what the other matches are. I feel it's a multi-man match with Roman. I don't think they put him in
I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy
a
defends
singles
the
match at
UFC.
8:00 in the morning.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy defends the belt against Carmelo Hayes. I wouldn't be surprised if you get the MFT is broken up, which thank God.
Are they?
Yeah. I know we don't really cover SmackDown, but he had a promo where Tala Tonga and Jeff Cobb were not there, so it was only Tonga Loa.
Yeah, I thought that was going to just come in pieces. Like they're going to do like promos like next week. He'll
Well, apparently Tala Tonga's injured. Apparently. So that changes things. And I don't really know what's going on with anybody else really. Jeff Cobb has been one of the worst signings I've seen in a long time. They don't know what
I don't understand what the point was. They literally just put him in there because he has Samoan heritage and said put you with
and to keep
Solo.
Yeah. And to keep him away from AEW.
AEW.
That's
Yeah, neither here nor there. I don't know. Like we know those three, but those. I mean, just the AJ Cena match alone, I feel like it makes the card great. And the two, like Seth and Cody, are gonna cook. Again, that promo to start off the I just did not like that. I don't understand why are we rehashing shit that has nothing to do with you. Like it has to do with you two as far as a background as to why y'all are friends or maybe or whatever. But it has nothing to do with when Seth says, "Yo, I'm the alpha." Why are you bringing up WrestleMania 40?
Yeah. I mean, I guess
that man just say he's the alpha. You gonna sit here and say, "Well, you helped me this and you helped me get that." Oh, so you're the man because of him? Oh,
it's possible.
So yeah, it didn't do anything for me. It's gonna have to be something else. You gotta do something. I don't know. Again, I'm not. This vision shit is not. It's not for me.
The vision is blurry.
I'm still waiting. It's very blurry, very 2080 right now. It's not for me. It's not. I'm not vibing with it. It doesn't feel entertaining. Other than which is crazy because it's just when Seth is there. I like the Bronx. I like the physicality of matches. I like they're starting to just let them beat up people. That's what a bully group is supposed to do. I love bully groups. But when Seth gets on that screen, it is not entertaining.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's been entertaining about him is the last couple of weeks is that Becky has been with him, bro. I don't like anything that Seth is doing right now. It doesn't feel like you call yourself the alpha. What the fuck did you do to call yourself an alpha other than beat Roman Reigns 6 months ago? That's the only claim you got, is that you had to have his dude turn on him and hit him with a chair and stomp his head in the chair to get a win, and you're an alpha. No, you're not. No, you're not. So this it's not working at all for me. It's just I don't like it. I don't like it.
Can't argue with you.
All right, man. So yeah, we went long. Listen, appreciate you, James. Appreciate you showing up. Chris, you ain't show up.
Yeah, well, some things take precedence.
Nah, he had to take care of the house, man. We gonna hope he don't get like splitters and stuff because he put some flooring down for some reason. Yeah, I pay people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing no physical labor. Smitty, appreciate you as always, man. Twan, we out wrestling with the bros. Smitty.
Yo, what up? Welcome to the 12th episode. I remember this time. 12th episode of Wrestling with the Bros. Acknowledge us. For fair, Smitty, I'm Chris. Y'all have a good one.